when you said that you had 4 things
Yes.
come out of you, 4 demons, what was that experience like, maybe for people to
So
understand?
one of the demons that I had cast out of me was actually a demon that calls itself Satan. Now, when I say this Satan and Lucifer, I want you to understand these is not the Satan or the Lucifer, okay? These demons use these names just like they would. It's like a military ranking system. Okay. So this is something that you understand when you dive deeper into deliverance ministry. But demons go by the names that you see in the Bible, but it's like in a rank. So a Satan is not actually the Satan. There's one Satan, and he's not everywhere at once. But it's like a rank that you would achieve, like a colonel or a captain or whatever in the military. And so there's many Satans that go by, demons that go by that name, and it's a rank. There's many Lucifers. There's many demons that go by the name Jezebel. There's many Baphomets. There's many Odin, Thors, Lokis, these Nordic demons. There's many of those. And it's a ranking system that they go by and how they identify to show a rank that they have in the demonic realm. Okay. So, but that was one demon that I had, and the way that it got in was through. I was in a street gang called the Gangster Disciples for 20 years before I got saved. So I was a drug dealer. I'd committed a lot of crimes. I took oaths and vows to this gang. Now I had no idea or thoughts that gangs was demonic in that sense.
Yeah, me neither, but it makes sense.
But when I started thinking about it later, it makes total sense that stuff is demonic, because who do we think controls those things?
And they do blood oaths, right?
They do. So when there's a demon, the demon that created that gang, because gangs are demonic, they're not good, they're not of God.
Yeah.
So when they influence the person that starts the gang and they begin to use him to control this whole thing, there's a demon that's being worshipped and being come into agreement with by everyone who enters into covenant with that. So when I made those oaths to that gang, I made an oath with that demon, whether I knew it or not.
Yeah.
And they don't care whether you know.
Exactly. They'd rather you not.
They don't want you to know. They want to be deceptive.
Right.
So what I had to do was renounce all of my affiliation with that gang, which no one ever told me I needed to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
When I got saved,
never
I
heard
did
that in church.
Matter of fact, when I grew up in church, they told me, Ben, when you get saved, everything you ever needed, you got it.
Which is like, you did, but you need to break things off so that you can fully walk in it. I don't know what's the way to say that right.
So what I would say is that when you get saved, everything you ever need is made available to you, but it doesn't mean you got it.
Yeah.
You have to receive it. You have to understand it. You have to come into the knowledge of it. God is not ever going to strong arm people and make them take these things.
Yeah.
He waits for you to want to do it. So that was something I didn't know about. But once I came into the knowledge of it, I did it, and it got me free. And all of those things left me. And so all of those, that anger that I was talking about, that I could never get victory over, it totally left.
So do you think that anger was one of those things, linked to one of those things?
Because it was the spirit that was connected with that gang that had this mentality of, I don't like to be questioned about stuff, because because in that culture, you don't want, no one's supposed to punk you out or make you belittle you or anything.
Right.
And so if anybody challenged me in anything, that would rise up.
Wow. So interesting.
So, when that left, I've never been more free in my life. I mean, at this point in my walk with God, I can never say I've never been as free as I feel right now.
Yeah.
And I literally walked out of that deliverance session that day, and the colors looked brighter.
Yeah.
The air smelled different. I started to hear the voice of God more crystal clear. Now, I heard God before.
Yeah.
I did.
But it's like taking something out of your ears.
What it was like, what I'll tell you what it was like is, like, you remember how the radios used to, you have to tune them?
Yep.
When you get close to the channel, it would be staticky,
There's so much static.
but you could hear the voice.
Yeah.
That's how it was. But when I got deliverance, it was like it was tuned completely in, and there was no static. It was just like crystal clear.
If you enjoyed that podcast clip, then you can click there for the full episode. Go for it. Peace.